UFO sightings over the years, but many experts consider this next piece of footage the gold standard.
We've all looked to the skies for UFOs.
Yo, what the
But what if they've been hiding much closer than we think?
What is this, bro? What is this?
Be it the vast oceans, old caves,
Oh God, oh Jesus.
or even dense forests. It looks like there's no place they can't hide. And in today's video, we will watch some of the most unbelievable places these crafts were seen coming out from. So let's begin. It was December 25th, 2016, when a group of fishermen in the Gulf of Mexico saw something they'd never forget. While out for their usual catch, they spotted a strange flying object being chased by 2 fighter jets and a helicopter. The unidentified craft darted across the sky, then suddenly dove straight into the water, vanishing beneath the waves in seconds. The aircraft circled above the spot for several minutes, but nothing resurfaced. One crew member managed to capture the scene on camera, later uploading it anonymously. Many still wonder what exactly slipped into the ocean that Christmas morning. Miami Ascent. In 2024, a simple fishing trip near Miami turned into a jaw-dropping encounter. A group of men witnessed 2 unidentified crafts rising from the ocean, one shaped like a disc, the other more like a balloon. Both were surrounded by a misty white cloud that didn't look natural at all. Some described it as a kind of energy field or cloaking system. The 2 crafts then shot upward into the sky at incredible speed. The difference in their designs made people wonder if they came from separate technologies, or perhaps different origins entirely. Others believe they were exploring Earth's oceans for unknown biological purposes. Ocean Secret.
What the is that?
Most people look to the sky when thinking about life beyond Earth. But what if it's been living beneath us all along? The ocean, vast and uncharted, could easily hide what the world isn't ready to see. Witnesses near the Golden Gate Bridge once saw a glowing object calmly hovering above the water's surface. It moved in silence, its rotators perfectly synchronized, as if following a purpose. Those watching could tell this wasn't ordinary technology. It seemed intelligent, perhaps even observing us. Maybe the ocean isn't just a habitat for marine life, but a silent base for visitors from far beyond.
What the is that?
Underwater base. In 2023, tourists near the ocean captured footage of a disc-shaped craft emerging from the waves. It wasn't a large ship, more like a small probe rising with purpose before disappearing into the clouds. Many believe it came from an underwater base hidden deep below, possibly part of a network monitoring our planet. Unlike official government footage, this one was recorded by ordinary travelers, making it even more believable to some. Theories suggest these crafts might travel freely between sea, sky, and space, receiving commands from somewhere far beyond human reach. Silver Sphere. During the lockdown in March 2020, a lone visitor at Malibu Beach caught sight of a huge silver sphere moving slowly toward the shore. Its smooth surface reflected the sunlight as it hovered just above the water. This wasn't the first time such metallic spheres had been seen. Similar ones had appeared across different regions. People began to believe it was no simple balloon or object, but some kind of advanced craft able to move through air and water alike. Though it never acted aggressively or displayed any clear purpose, its quiet presence was enough to leave a lasting question in everyone's minds. City Mothership. In 2023, several residents witnessed what appeared to be a massive craft lifting off right from the center of a city. As it rose, thick clouds of smoke followed, and people stared in disbelief. How could something so large have gone unnoticed before? Some believed it had emerged from beneath the water, while others thought it had been cloaked until that moment. The entire event lasted only seconds, yet dozens recorded it. Theories soon spread that this wasn't a random flight, but a sign of something larger at play, possibly a preparation for future contact on a global scale. Silent Chase. Many theorists believe the U.S. military knows far more about UFOs than they admit, and this 2023 sighting only fueled that idea. Two disc-shaped objects were caught on camera gliding over open water, closely followed by a pair of military jets. The crafts didn't appear to attack or flee. Instead, they seemed to be watching each other. The jets never fired or made contact, suggesting they were monitoring rather than intercepting. Viewers online debated if this was an attempted capture or a silent escort mission. Whatever it was, the encounter ended without answers. Just another moment that made people wonder who's really in control of the skies.
Yo, what is this, bro? What is this?
Cave landing. While exploring the rugged outskirts of Dulce, New Mexico, a researcher stumbled on something he couldn't explain. Near a flat, isolated patch of land, he spotted a metallic object slowly descending toward a large cave opening. It hovered for a moment, then slipped inside as if entering a hidden base. From its movement, it almost seemed like it had landed there before, like it knew the exact way in. The man hesitated to follow, deciding instead to film from a distance. That footage later spread online, leaving viewers convinced the desert caves might be more than just empty ground. Ocean light.
Yeah, what the f is that?
In this clip, a glowing object floats quietly above the ocean, its reflection perfectly shimmering across the waves. It moves slowly, almost as if scanning something hidden beneath the water. Some online say it's edited footage, while others are convinced it's something beyond human technology. Still, that reflection, matching every single motion, makes it hard to dismiss. Whatever this glowing craft was, it had a strange calm to it, the kind that leaves you frozen, just watching the sea breathe with light.
Holy
Sky shift. People often say aliens are clever at hiding, and this sighting might prove it. In this video, a normal-looking airplane seems to transform mid-air into something entirely different, a spacecraft-like form gliding smoothly through the sky. Some believe this could explain why so many UFOs suddenly disappeared during sightings. What if some of them can shift between aircraft and craft? Others think it's part of a secret experiment involving both human and alien technology. Whatever the truth may be, it shows how little we still understand about what moves above us. Lake Mead encounter.
Lewis City at 41. Okay, 366, you will follow 5.
In the early hours of September 1st, 2025, a U.S. military Black Hawk helicopter was flying near Lake Mead when something unexplained appeared beside it. The mysterious object didn't show up on radar. It was only visible to the crew as it matched the helicopter's path, flying in perfect sync. Then, in an instant, it made a sharp U-turn and vanished into the distance. The entire encounter lasted only seconds, but the footage, later leaked online, left experts baffled. It proved that not all sightings are far from home. Sometimes they appear right alongside those trained to notice them.
366 Lewis City at 41.
Watcher over Sphinx. On February 17, 2024, a tourist visiting the Great Sphinx of Giza caught something strange above the ancient statue. Hovering silently in the sky was a small, oddly shaped object, slowly spinning in place. It wasn't like the typical saucer design people describe. This one looked mechanical, almost like it was studying the site. The tourist noted that it was far too small to fit a person, suggesting it might have been a surveillance drone. But who was controlling it? Some think it was local security, while others believe it could have been something far less earthly, keeping an eye on one of humanity's oldest monuments. Gold standard.
There have been countless UFO sightings over the years, but many experts consider this next piece of footage the gold standard.
Over the years, countless UFO videos have surfaced, but this one still stands out as the most convincing. A man out on his boat spotted something gliding calmly across the sky. At first, he thought it was a plane or maybe a drone, but as it drew closer, gleaming under the sunlight, it was clear this wasn't built by humans. It hovered gracefully, as if aware it was being watched. The man uploaded the footage online, and soon people noticed something strange. The craft's shape resembled ancient depictions of angels. Whether that's coincidence or something deeper, no one can say for sure. Area 51 landing.
And people, There is no known Earth technology that can do that.
Just a few miles from the mysterious Area 51 base in Nevada, an anonymous whistleblower filmed what appeared to be a UFO attempting to land. The craft drifted slightly off course and touched down in a deserted area nearby. The clip ended abruptly, giving no clear look inside, though the object's precision hinted at advanced control. The fact that it happened so close to the base raised countless questions. Could this have been a failed test of classified technology, or was it truly something not of this world? Whatever the truth, it added another strange chapter to Area 51's already shadowy reputation. Gulf Fleet. In 2022, several tourists in the Gulf of California captured multiple UFOs hovering over the islands. One object flew directly toward the shore, while others hung motionless, high above, before vanishing without warning. Witnesses noted how the crafts moved with impossible precision, glowing faintly as if powered by intense energy. Many believe this was part of a secret operation, maybe a collaboration between unknown entities and world powers. Others think these crafts were gathering something valuable from the ocean, perhaps minerals or biological samples. Whatever their goal, their synchronized movements suggested a purpose far beyond simple observation. Peru encounter.
Oh, whoa. What is that?
This next sighting gave people a rare close-up look at something truly strange. Over a small town in Peru, residents noticed an object hovering low in the sky. Not a distant light, but a clear, structured craft. The area had already gained a reputation for frequent sightings, but this one felt different. Its movement and shape didn't match any known aircraft or drone. Those who filmed it could see distinct details, confirming it wasn't man-made. As it moved slowly across the clouds, one thing became certain. Whatever was inside that craft wasn't from around here, and it clearly wanted to be seen.
Yo, that's a UFO for sure.
Unknown orbs. On October 1st, 2025, people in downtown St. Petersburg stopped in confusion as 3 large black orbs descended above a communications tower near a hotel. At first, everyone assumed they were part of the structure until they began to move. Perfectly aligned in a triangular formation, they hovered in silence for several minutes. Some thought they were preparing for something, maybe even forming an entry point of some kind. But before anyone could understand what was happening, the orbs broke formation, drifted closer together, and then the video abruptly ended. To this day, no one knows what those orbs were or where they went. Odd object. Just weeks ago in Castle Rock, Colorado, witnesses filmed a strange object moving through the clouds, followed closely by a military jet. The sight was hard to make out, but moments later, a bright flash lit up the sky. The object seemed to vanish, and the jet quickly left the area. People who saw the video believe the craft may have been taken down, though no report ever surfaced. If it was just another test, why act so urgently? And if it wasn't, what did the jet intercept that day? The silence afterward made the whole encounter feel even more unsettling. Plane encounter. In 2002, a passenger recording from a flight captured something extraordinary. A disc-shaped craft flying directly toward their plane before suddenly slowing down mid-air. The two objects moved opposite each other until the UFO reversed direction with impossible precision and shot upward at lightning speed. Its smooth acceleration and abrupt disappearance seemed far beyond any known aircraft. Some analysts suggested it might have been a self-operating drone studying human flight patterns, while others think it was demonstrating its superiority. Whatever the truth, it behaved like it was alive, aware of the plane, reacting, and then vanishing as if to remind us who's really watching. Unknown pod. This object isn't a blimp, a balloon, or anything people have seen before. Even UFO researchers admit it doesn't fit any known category. Its shape is smooth and symmetrical, unlike anything built by humans. What caught attention online, though, was how closely it resembled the Saiyan pods from Dragon Ball Z. Fans half joked, What if that's not just a coincidence? After all, in the series, those pods carried alien warriors across galaxies. If we think about it, maybe this was something similar. A small vessel traveling alone, hinting that visitors from somewhere else might already be among us, testing how close they can get. Rotating mothership. Uploaded in 2009, this mysterious video shows a massive craft spinning in the air, far larger than any plane or drone. The ship moved slowly but with an eerie precision, and at one point, it released a sudden burst of pressure so strong that it caused the air around it to glow. The atmosphere shimmered like heat waves bending light. Moments later, the footage abruptly cut off, leaving only questions. Some viewers believe the blast was part of an experiment, maybe a way to recharge or refuel. Whatever it was doing, it showed technology far beyond what we currently understand. Dallas Sky Visitor. Captured by a shaken resident in Dallas, Texas, this strange flying object has kept UFO followers guessing since it first appeared a month ago. Its smooth shape sliced across the sky with unusual precision, too advanced for an ordinary drone, many believe. If it were one, more sightings should have surfaced by now, but this single clip stands alone. Whatever that thing was, it seemed to finish whatever brought it here before vanishing into the distance. And just like always, the officials stayed silent, leaving only this eerie footage behind. Watcher above. Many believe we aren't the only ones watching the Earth. For years, people have spoken of a mysterious object known as the Black Knight satellite, said to orbit our planet and quietly observe. NASA has never confirmed it, but radar readings and sightings from different cities in the US suggest something is really up there. Some clips even show a dark object drifting across the sky, far too steady to be space junk. If the stories are true, then maybe the Watchers have been here far longer than we think. Close encounter. During a flight over Tampa in January 2025, a passenger glanced out the window and froze. Just beyond the wing, another object flew at the same height, matching the airliner's speed with unsettling precision. It wasn't shaped like any regular aircraft. It looked round, metallic, and oddly smooth. The passenger kept watching, unsure if it was real or just a trick of light. But as the flight continued, the object quietly drifted away, leaving behind one question that no radar or pilot could answer. Silent landing. In 1992, a man reported spotting a glowing orb-like craft resting on the ground, its landing gear wide open as if preparing to lift off. Moments later, the object slowly rose, rotating gently while hovering above a nearby building. It made no sound, just smooth, steady movement. The witness couldn't tell how long it had been there, but its silence and design felt beyond anything known to humans. The landing gear looked adaptable, possibly made for different terrains. Some experts later suggested it might have entered our world by accident, crossing from another dimension or timeline. Hidden in Mexico. Across the world, strange aircraft have been appearing more often, and one of the most recent sightings came from Mexico, above its thick forests. Locals noticed a mysterious object gliding across the sky, unaware it was being filmed. For a brief moment, it descended and touched the ground before shooting back up with incredible speed. The witnesses tried to chase it, but it moved far too quickly. Whatever it was, it clearly didn't want to be found or recognized, leaving behind only a shaky clip and a trail of questions. Vanishing fall.
Alyssa Azara in Pembroke, where a woman says she was enjoying the pool Wednesday night when she saw a strangely shaped and unfamiliar object falling from the sky just over there.
On June 27th, 2025, in Pembroke, Massachusetts, Colleen McCormick was relaxing by her pool when she saw something unusual falling from the sky. The object glowed like fire, but made no sound at all. She pulled out her phone, zoomed in, and caught a few seconds of the descent before running to the front of her house.
Then I look up here to the sky, I see something falling down, so I pulled out my phone. And I zoomed in, and it was right about there.
Expecting a crash, but there was nothing. No smoke, no wreckage, not even a mark on the ground. The object had vanished completely. Her clip spread quickly online, leaving everyone wondering how something so bright could disappear so quietly. White disk. The Alps, known for their isolation, have always been a quiet spot for strange activity. In 2012, a disc-shaped object was filmed hovering over the snowy peaks. Its pale surface made it almost invisible against the clouds. Then, without warning, it moved at high speed and vanished from view. Some experts think it reacted to the camera, almost as if it realized it was being recorded. The way it shifted direction so suddenly suggested a kind of awareness, as though it didn't want its presence caught on tape. Silent search. On October 3, 2024, in Montana's Gallatin National Forest, a local man walking his dog witnessed something out of the ordinary. A metallic disc gliding just above the forest floor. Its smooth silver surface and dome-shaped top looked like something from an old UFO story. The craft moved slowly, almost as if it was scanning the ground for something hidden. Then, without warning, it shifted direction and began to rise, disappearing above the trees in complete silence. Whatever its purpose had been, it seemed to finish its task before vanishing into the vast Montana wilderness. Above the ice. Many people believe Antarctica hides traces of an ancient civilization, and in 2013, that idea gained new attention when several UFOs were recorded flying above its frozen landscape. The number of crafts captured was unusually high, leading to theories that they came from a concealed mothership or an underground base buried deep beneath the ice. Experts were stunned by the sighting, as UFOs rarely appear in such large groups, especially over uninhabited regions. Multiple recordings from different sources supported the event, yet officials never released any explanation for what had been seen. Buenos Aires encounter.
¿Qué mierda es eso?
While driving through the streets of Buenos Aires, a couple unintentionally captured a strange moment on camera. The woman in the passenger seat was filming the city lights when a large metallic object appeared beside their car. It wasn't a reflection. Its surface had panels, dark vents, and markings unlike any known design.
Mirá. Ariel, mira eso.
The craft stayed beside them for several seconds, moving smoothly and silently, as if observing their car. When the footage reached the internet, it spread quickly, with many calling it one of the clearest and most believable UFO encounters ever filmed. Lights over pyramids. Some researchers claim that the Great Pyramids of Giza may hold the power to focus energy, and perhaps even attract other worldly visitors. In 2016, 2 triangular UFOs were spotted hovering over the ancient structures. One of them flipped upside down and hovered just above the pyramid's tip, releasing a pulse of light before shooting straight upward. Witnesses believe the flash was a signal, possibly an attempt to communicate or unlock something hidden within the stones. Others think these crafts were drawn there by signals coming from the pyramids themselves, echoes of a long-lost technology. Canyon Patrol. On April 5, 2021, deep in Arizona's rugged canyons, a lone hiker caught sight of something extraordinary, a saucer-shaped craft gliding effortlessly between the canyon walls. It moved slowly, as if surveying the land below, all while remaining completely silent. The man managed to record the moment before the craft drifted out of sight and vanished behind the cliffs. When the footage was shared online, many believed it proved the existence of a hidden base somewhere within the canyon. Some even suggested that places like this might hold more than just natural wonders, perhaps secrets long concealed from us. Desk lamp.
Un ovni en vivo, familia, estoy traumada.
Peru has always been a known place for strange aerial sightings, but in 2024, something truly unusual appeared above its skies. Locals captured footage of what they called a flying desk lamp. The object had the body of a disc, but extended upward with a glowing top, giving it a distinct lamp-like shape. The family recording it could only watch as it hovered silently, its light pulsing softly in the distance. Some believe it came from an advanced civilization far beyond Earth, while others think it might be a time-traveling machine, observing moments from the past before vanishing again.
Familia, estoy traumada. ¿Qué es eso?
Low-flying sphere. In a quiet rural area of Villa de Leyva, a family witnessed something extraordinary gliding just above the ground. It was a perfectly round sphere with no wings or visible engines, yet it moved smoothly, rising and lowering as if it controlled gravity itself. At one point, it drifted close enough to nearly touch the grass before lifting off again, disappearing into the distance.
¿Qué carajos?
What puzzled everyone most was its sheer size, large enough to hold passengers inside. Whether it was manned or remotely controlled, no one could explain how it managed such flawless, silent movement. Power plant watchers. In 2018, at a power plant in Russia, witnesses saw a large UFO hovering above the facility, accompanied by two smaller, probe-like crafts. The main object moved quickly, circling the area, while the smaller ones mirrored its movements as if they were working together. Their synchronized pattern led many to believe they were on a shared mission, possibly studying or drawing energy from the plant itself. Some theorists suggest extraterrestrial visitors might be observing how humans generate power, or even testing ways to harness our energy sources for their own advanced technology. Ashtray over valley. In the mountains of Hawaii, a local resident spotted something hovering quietly near the peaks. At first, it looked like an ordinary white drone, but when he zoomed in with his camera, the object resembled an old-fashioned ashtray, wide, metallic, and perfectly balanced in the air. It didn't make a sound as it floated, almost weightless. Then, without warning, it glided straight into the dense mountain forest and vanished. The man shared his recording online, and soon the area became known as a hotspot for mysterious aerial activity, a place where even nature seemed to hold secrets. Tree and beam. In 2010, in the Caribbean region of Colombia, witnesses saw a disc-shaped craft hovering just above a tall tree. Without warning, a narrow beam of light shot from its center, hitting the tree directly. The beam didn't scatter or glow like normal light. It stayed focused, as if it was drawing something from within the tree itself. Experts reviewing the footage suggested that the craft might have been extracting energy or studying the environment in some way. Others think the beam was interacting with something unseen beneath the surface, maybe even something that wasn't entirely from this world. Hillside craft. In Puebla, Mexico, on the morning of September 8, 2025, villagers noticed something unusual on the hillside. Beneath a thin layer of plants and soil, a large, rounded craft appeared to be hidden, its faint, glowing lights betraying its cover. From its curved, metallic shape, it was clear this wasn't just debris or machinery. It looked deliberate, like something placed there to stay unseen. For a while, it had remained unnoticed, perfectly blended with the landscape, until the glow from its lights revealed its position. Some believe whoever was behind it had forgotten one simple thing: to turn the lights off. Sky formation.
This is crazy. There's two jets just underneath it.
In 2024, a man recorded a massive object flying high above the clouds, and just below it, two smaller crafts following in perfect formation. At first glance, it didn't look like any plane or drone. The smooth structure and glowing edges seemed far beyond human technology. The larger object remained steady, while the two smaller ones shifted slightly beneath it, almost like an escort. Observers later suggested that this might have been a coordinated mission, a lead craft and its probes working together. If true, it could mean these crafts operate on advanced energy systems that don't rely on engines or fuel at all. Forest route. In September 2025, near Zitácuaro, Michoacán, Mexico, a man driving home after work caught sight of something strange gliding across the sky. A UFO, steady and slow, heading toward the tree-covered horizon. Instead of stopping, he followed it, recording as the object lowered gently toward the forest, almost like it knew exactly where it was going. A few seconds later, it vanished behind the trees, gone without sound or light. When the footage surfaced online, many believed it wasn't just passing by, but returning to a hidden base deep within the forest that only it knew existed. Pod in sky. On December 25, 2024, people traveling through Wadi Rum, Jordan, witnessed something astonishing above the desert sky. A tall, rectangular object, shaped almost like a vertical grid, hovered motionless for several minutes. Suddenly, a smaller pod detached from its side and darted away at incredible speed, disappearing into the distance. Those watching began to wonder if the entire structure was made up of multiple pods joined together, forming one large craft. Whether it was an advanced drone system or something far more mysterious, one thing was certain. It wasn't built for show, it was built for purpose. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of the upcoming amazing videos.